on video.
Should I go over here?
Yeah, okay, you're feminism. Everybody got that? Yes? Okay.
You want lights?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Or if you want it, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay, hold on. I think, there we go, okay.
So, feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the grounds of political, social, and economic equality to men.
So it's just like women wanting to be equal to men, like wanting to be put at the same level.
It's not
as a man
necessarily
is.
like hating against men, it's just wanting the same
Equality.
things.
Yeah. And common misconceptions are that feminists hate men, feminists hate classified women, and that basically means that they hate women who are like pretty or who like look nice. And then feminists are homosexual.
Feminism kind of stems from stereotypes. So, some stereotypes of women are that women are emotional, neat freaks, weak, less intelligent, and don't have future expectations.
Their only goal, for women's only thing that they need to do is cook and clean and be the housewife.
Yeah, and
Which is
that
not
was a really big thing in the 50s during the baby boom and everything.
Oh, okay. The shows that show all the stereotypical women is Gossip Girl, majorly, One Tree Hill, Pretty Little Liars, Modern Family, and especially in Gossip Girl and One Tree Hill, the women have to rely on their looks to get everything, and they don't ever work to get what they have. They are just given it. It's just because they're popular and classified.
And these are just some real life examples, or I guess not real life, but examples from that you might understand better.
The theme of feminism in Huck Finn is the quest for freedom and coming of age. Most of the female characters in Huck Finn were portrayed by society's view on the role of women during that time, like how society thought they should be, so Twain put them in the positions how society would have wanted them to look. He looked over the role of sexism in the book, and one reason may be because of his agreement with society and women's roles.
And some more examples of feminist characters.
Lisa Simpson.
One of the ones that I really never thought of was Velma from Scooby-Doo, but she is portrayed as one. In one episode of the more adultish version, she even says that a man is less complete because he has an X and a Y chromosome. So 2 X's. So I thought that was funny. And then, if any of you have watched Saved by the Bell, Jessie.
And Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls.
So, feminism isn't the same thing as sexism. A lot of people get those mixed up. But sexism is the discrimination or devaluation based on a person's sex. Feminism goes directly against that. It's more just wanting equality than putting the other sex down. And feminists strive for equal rights between men and women, while sexists want to achieve the division of men and women. So that's especially putting men above women and saying women are lesser than men. But feminists really just want the
Equality
of our bodies. And then there's a bibliography. That's some clues.
Okay. Get ready for the poster.
Okay, so in Huck Finn, we found 4 characters that kind of are tied to feminism in the book. Mary Jane, she was the eldest niece of George Wilkes and the sister of Susan Wilkes. She's recognized as the stereotypical woman of the antebellum South. Huck thinks that Mary Jane is the nicest and prettiest girl he's ever seen.
And she's also classified as young, beautiful, and gullible.
You see that she gets tricked by her uncles, and so that's
Yeah, she's kind of stereotyped as that like little girl that believes anything.
that she's told.
And a quote from the book was, "And when it comes to beauty and goodness too, she lays over them all." And that again ties to her thinking she's like the
Most
prettiest
beautiful
girl.
thing ever.
Okay, and then another girl in the book who was tied to feminism was Emmeline Grangerford. She died before Huck ever got to meet her, but they had a lot of, the mother always talked about her and how she acted when she was alive. She was very emotional, and she is the emotional female character, and she created beautiful artwork and poetry. And Mark Twain uses Emmeline as a tool to poke fun at Victorian literature's way to show sadness.
Yeah, so she was mainly just like super emotional and sensitive with everything. Like, for example, she didn't get what she wanted, so she went to her bedroom and just like locked herself in there and cried and all that kind of stuff. So, a quote was, "She never complained, but she kind of pined away and did not live long."
Okay.
Another one was Miss Watson, and she was the obnoxious sister of Huck's main guardian, the widow. And one of the quotes from the book says, "Well, I got a good going over in the morning from old Miss Watson on account of my clothes." And
She just wanted to help bring up Huck with the widow. She really just wanted to be a part of.
She was the most prominent figure of religious hypocrisy in the novel too. She was a strict and old motherly figure to Huck, and yeah, like you said, just kind of joined in the mission to civilize Huck. So she was mostly the authoritative figure to him and throughout his book.
and Aunt Sally she kind of acted like a mother to Huck, even though he wasn't. She treated him as if he were her own.
And Aunt Sally was really Tom Sawyer's aunt, and that's where that comes in, is when Huck comes and sees Aunt Sally, and she thinks that Huck is Tom, and then loves Huck like his own, and he feels so guilty for lying to her. She's just like a mother to him.
And
She is a typical Southern mother with Southern hospitality, and oh yeah, we did.
Aunt Sally, she's going to adopt me and civilize me. And another quote was, "Oh, what a turn you did give me, and how glad
How glad and grateful I am it ain't not worse." So Huck really cared for Aunt Sally more than he did the widow, and she cared for him too.
We made a Tumblr too about feminism, just so like another social media. It's another way to look at all of it.
We'll do the likes.
Okay, so these are just a bunch of things that we found on feminism, and
Just like examples of like modern day.
yeah, this is more like modernized and how people see it today and how they express how they feel about it. And Tumblr was kind of a way that we thought was cool to show it to y'all.
And we have that one because I think also a lot of people don't know that men can be feminists as well. Like this guy, he says, "I need feminism now for my sisters and later for my daughters." So
Yeah, 'cause feminism isn't. I mean, you'd think it was just for women, but
Yeah.
guys can be feminists too.
And then these are just a lot of pictures of people who support feminism. who
It's the We Can Do It.
they can repeat there, who state why they need feminism. Like this girl, I need feminism because I should not have to consistently reaffirm my intelligence.
People often say like men are smarter than women.
And they
Yeah.
classify like blondes, dumb blonde.
Yeah.
It's kind of sexist.
This one's saying she wants to be strong without having to be angry. She doesn't want to apologize for her strong opinions. And then this is
One of the classic feminists.
But we can do it.
yes,
Yeah, the Rose in the River.
Yeah, Rosie the Riveter.
I mean everybody knows
Yeah.
her, but so this is what we know. Oh, there's more. Oh yeah, this one's cool.
Was it good? I don't know what that is. That wasn't supposed to be on there.
I think it's just an ad.
There was one about Harry Potter, but it was this one. This one, I liked it because I love Harry Potter. And it actually, at first, when J.K. Rowling was first about to publish Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, she was told to go by J.K. instead of Joey and Kathleen because they did not think that her book would sell as well if it was, since it was written by a woman. So she was advised to not put her full name.
So there's just a bunch of quotes and stuff on here. Y'all can also go like look at these if you want on your free time. But quotes and stuff. So,
Do you think women at the time, if you're going to look, new historicism, you're going to look through the lens of the time, do you think women were aware of their role? In other words, do you think they felt the difference then, or do you think it's more prevalent now? What do you think?
I would say that it's more prevalent
yeah, I think it's more
now.
prevalent now because I feel like back then they kind of just went with it. And as time went on, they kind of realized what was happening around them, and then they started standing up for it instead of just going with the flow of what the men were telling them to do.
And we have a game for everyone. Okay, y'all might need to scoot the desks out because you're gonna be running.
Running?
Not
Sweet.
running.
Running.
Not running, but like stopping my
Like,
hand.
Exercise.
Y'all want to
I-
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, turn
Not
the
the
video
game.
off for the game.
Okay.
We could